So I had a dream, uh, maybe a week before Holy Week, where my mother knew I was stressed out, and so she bought me a plane ticket to uh, Russia, and I went to somewhere in Russia, and I went to a Benedictine monastery, no, a Carmelite monastery. There was a Carmelite monk that approached me and showed me two different rosaries. One made of Baroque large pearl beads, diamonds, and gold and platinum, and another one made of uranium glass, both of which obviously are very expensive and ornate. And I specifically asked him, "Are you giving these to me?" And he said no. But I knew I was in Russia and they don't respect rosaries. Not that they disrespect them, they have their own thing. They have a prayer rope, is what it's called. And they don't have a Hail Mary. So it's more of a Western thing. And so I basically stole the uranium glass one, hid it under my tongue, and me and my mother went to. Originally, I wanted to go to Japan, but then instead I was on the coastline of China, and when I woke up, Southeast Asia came to mind, and I think that was a mistake. I think I should have focused on the coastline of China because I knew I went to China. I knew that I originally thought of going to Japan, and then we ended up on the coast of China. And the interesting thing is, shortly after that, the Republic of China has forcefully imprisoned the bishop of, however you say this, Haimen, um, and replaced that person with a patriotic, they call, bishop. Uh, and so if you realize, here's Russia, I took a train over, and then, where are they? There we are. See, it's on the coast, and it's right next to Japan. So it's just really interesting because I know why we're asked to pray for Russia. And I forgot to tell you that this whole dream interpretation for me really just basically said I need to pray a glorious mystery or several glorious mysteries for the Immaculate Heart of Mary to triumph in Russia, and the luminous mysteries for China, uh, and that would be for Mary's protection of those people. And that is very telling. Like, Russia, I believe, is currently trying to take over all, or going to be taking over, trying to all the USSR former states that became independent countries. And I believe that's going to spread throughout Europe. I believe this is going to happen whenever the Pope visits Moscow, whether it's this Pope or another Pope. Whenever they visit Moscow for the first time in history, shortly after leaving, I think that will give the Russian people, not the Russian people, the Russian government to do these horrible things, while at the same time, China is martyring apparently hundreds of Catholics and Muslims, and they are also forcibly imprisoning falsely a bishop of China, and now installing a state appointed bishop that is meant to be patriotic, meaning they are more faithful to the government than the church, which is antichrist kind of action. So I can definitely see why I had this very vivid, surreal dream, uh, I can remember everything from the guy had a belly who was the monk. I was being searched going into the train, and somehow the uranium glass rosary wasn't detected under my tongue. Uh, I remember there was a snowstorm that snowed us in right before or right after or sometime during the train ride to China. I don't know. But anyways, I will say I definitely believe the whole prophecies from other visionaries saying that there's going to be a time of great change after uh, the Pope leaves Moscow. And this no Pope ever in history has gone to Moscow. And for this Pope to fulfill two of the prophecies, and the third one being the Pope going to Moscow, and this Pope has been wanting to go to Moscow since 2016. It's just he can't just fly over there, he has to be invited over. So he really wants to go because I believe, based on his secretary who gets handed down the previous Pope secretary notes, I believe they know the day from Garabandal when all this is going to happen, and that is why he has been trying for so long to fulfill all of them. With that said, I will suggest everyone to just pray the rosary every day, read the daily mass readings every day. If you want to lift up some prayers of glorious mysteries to the Immaculate Heart of Mary to triumph in Russia, and some luminous mysteries to protect the people in China, I think that would be a very beneficial and holy thing to do.